Hey Mike, what's up?
I was wondering if you had anything in particular in mind that I should wear for Fest this year.
You know, our theme this year is Catalyst. Let me think about it and I'll get right back to you. Hey Siri, text Blair. If our theme is Hey! I said, knock it off.
What do you want me to do?
Help them. I'll zoom you later.
New text message from JC, theme is Cat AI. Now help them. Zoom you later.
It must mean cats, like cats, AI, audio instrument, musical? Oh, I got this.
Chris, I got something big I gotta talk to you about. Do you got a second?
Actually, no, I gotta get into this AI roadmap meeting.
Chris, this is important.
Okay.
You know how we're always talking about music in the keynote?
All right, I'm listening.
Think folksy. Cat Stevens folksy. Top priority.
Sorry guys, you're gonna have to start without me. Something big just came up. Something I gotta do.
So cat, bigger, big, innovative cat. A lion. But what's bigger than a lion?
A lot of lions.
A pride. A user community of lions coming together for 3 days to organize data, discover the truth, and pounce on it. Who knew how many hoops you had to jump through to rent a lion around here? Guess we'll have to go with plan B.
Think, Chris. Think.
Look at my little star.
Look at mine though.
Wow. I love what I'm seeing. How long until JC joins?
Looks like the JC is landing.
Great. Hey JC. You asked for Cat's AI. We give you Cat's AI.
Hey! Quick update. I think everybody talked to Deborah earlier, and she was telling me that the ideas that AI
Good job.
that one.
Don't hold back. What do you think, JC?
Yeah. Let me take it back to Mike.
All right. So what
So Josh, I just
Hey Mike. Yes, JC. You know the gray logo V-neck? It's gonna be perfect.
This really is my favorite t-shirt. Hello everyone, and welcome to Relativity Fest. It's great to be here with over 7,000 members of our global community joining us from about 70 countries around the world. Over the past year and a half, we've collectively experienced a period in our global history that has been nothing short of extraordinary. The events in the world have pushed us to our limits and have taught us many things. And of the many things that I learned, 2 old adages rang particularly true for me. 1 is that life is unpredictable, and 2 is that change is constant. And though we're not out of the woods yet, and we recognize the continued impact of an evolving global health crisis, we've come far enough to be able to reflect on the impact of the events of 2020 and 21, and how specifically for our industry, they've been a catalyst for accelerated innovation. We've seen work become increasingly global, and remote or hybrid interactions with colleagues and customers are now the norm. Tech has helped us bridge the gaps, enabling continuous collaboration and connection with the people who are important to us anywhere around the world. It's also created an enormous amount of new data delivery and storage methods to contend with, adding to the already challenging requirement to keep that sensitive information safe and secure. And at the same time that you're grappling with these broader technology shifts, many of you are being faced with increasing demands to do more with less, to be more productive and efficient in every aspect of your work. This can make for a very challenging set of circumstances for our whole global community. At Relativity, we view the relentless proliferation and increasing complexity of data as an opportunity to do more for you, an opportunity to draw upon our track record of innovation and to honor our commitment to you, our global customers, to deliver cutting-edge solutions that empower you to continue thriving no matter what new challenges come your way. Our mission has remained steadfast and unchanged during these turbulent times to help you organize data, discover the truth, and act on it. And while global and industry trends, coupled with your feedback, may inform how we activate our mission, our end game remains focused on what you need to succeed. And as we look ahead, investing in artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies and the people required to innovate on those technologies are the most impactful series of moves that we can make to set you up for success for the next decade. We believe that our industry will be radically transformed by the potential that AI offers. AI amplifies human effort and human expertise. It puts actionable insights at your fingertips and helps you tackle new legal and compliance challenges. Whether that's conducting privilege reviews, responding to data breaches quickly, diving into a new investigation, or simply reducing the time and effort needed to conduct a review for production on a large matter. How AI is used is a hot topic across the industry, and rightfully so. Data and deep insights can be incredibly powerful, but only if they're accurate, based on sound methodology, and conducted without bias. We are committed to proceeding on our AI journey thoughtfully, and with the innovative and talented folks at TextIQ now complementing our own deep experience in AI, we're optimistic about the work ahead. You'll hear a lot more about this later, and we're excited to share how bringing new expertise and cutting-edge techniques in-house will help us massively advance your Relativity experience. This is what always excites me about Relativity Fest. It's a catalyst in and of itself, an opportunity for us to come together and reflect on how real-world events and our collective experience have sparked innovation and opportunity in our industry. The passion, depth, and breadth of our global Relativity community has always been one of the most incredible parts of our ecosystem. Fest encourages all of us to contribute, to share, and to learn from one another. I encourage you to please take advantage of all that Fest has to offer, from the 60-plus sessions across 11 educational tracks to a variety of hands-on exercises, and to the always inspiring innovation awards that celebrate those accelerating progress within their organizations and for our industry at large. Fest truly has something for everyone. So please, lean in, help us celebrate our community. Let's spark some change together. Have a great Fest, and Chris, over to you.
Imagine the shape of data. It's easy with AI. Bloomberg chats, text messages. Give RSMF a try. Imagine all the people discovering the truth.
Chris, what are you doing?
What? I thought this was supposed to be like Fest London, but we had to sing it live.
No, I said we're doing the keynote live, not that you have to sing live. Tear it down.
Okay. Eek. Okay. Wow. Imagine if I actually could sing. Hello, Relativity Fest. It's great to be with you live from our Chicago office. As Mike touched on already, as the world turns, the shape of data continues to change. It's growing in volume and complexity, and new sources are proliferating at a rapid pace. Discerning insights from them is becoming increasingly vital to discover the truth and act on it, even if that truth is something you don't want to hear. Let's take short message data, for example. Organizations aren't just using one short messaging application. Most are using multiple. In fact, 91% of companies now have 2 message apps in place, and 2/3 of companies using Teams also use Slack. So we are not just seeing a substitution of communication methods, but a splintering and proliferation of them, creating new variants in the timeline of a case to understand and deal with. It's kind of like trying to do e-discovery or compliance in Marvel's new multiverse of madness, where time, space, and reality are more than just a linear path, where our industry is a prism of endless possibilities. And these possibilities are manifesting themselves in Relativity 1 as well, where we have seen a 25x increase in the amount of short message data in the platform in our most recent quarter this year compared to the first quarter of last year. 25x. And this increase was partly fueled through Collect in Relativity 1, which itself saw a 7x year-over-year increase in collections directly from native cloud sources. Now, to help you stay ahead of the changing shape of data, we are investing in next-generation legal and compliance capabilities to empower you to discover the truth and act on it in the years ahead. This includes enhancing our secure and extensible cloud platform to deliver next-level quality, game-changing performance and scale, and a faster pace of innovation. Ensuring a simply powerful user experience that consistently speeds time to value for your most important workflows. Providing the strongest end-to-end solution in our industry, and now more than ever, helping you amplify your efforts with advanced AI for e-discovery and compliance, which you will hear much more about later in this session. Now, each of these pillars has a bunch of new developments that will ultimately help you streamline your most important workflows, whether you're a government agency responding to FOIA requests, a law firm running document review for opposing counsel, or a corporation conducting internal investigations. Now, to walk you through each of these developments, I will be bringing up different members of our amazing team, as well as sharing a number of stories from our customer community throughout. First up is Desiree Mayer, Director of Product Management, to tell you all about the key advancements we're making in our secure and extensible cloud platform. Desiree, over to you.
Hi, Chris. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to share with you how our continued commitment to providing you the most secure, extensible cloud platform will help you drive your business forward. We've been investing in the cloud to ensure you can harness incredible opportunities and provide you with dynamic scale and global reach, unparalleled security, and increased productivity so you can serve your clients better than ever before. With over 8 petabytes of data and 10 billion documents in Relativity 1, it is clear that our global community is getting a tremendous amount of work accomplished in the cloud. In fact, many of you are using Relativity 1 to tackle some of the largest and most complex cases in the industry. Some with over 115 million documents in a workspace and leveraging publishing throughput of nearly 370,000 documents per hour. One of the firms taking advantage of Relativity 1's scale is Bird & Bird. As more and more of your firms operate globally, launching new data centers ensures you are set up for success and can grow with your clients. To support thousands of users spread across 6 continents, I am happy to share that we have expanded our global footprint to include Ireland and the United Arab Emirates, in addition to new data centers in South Korea and Singapore that we added earlier this year. And that's not all. Due to overwhelming market demand, we just added a data center in India, one of the fastest growing digital economies projected to double in size by 2025. This means that Relativity 1 is now available in 14 geographies around the world. And we're not stopping there. Next year, we are looking to expand to additional markets like Japan, France, and South Africa. As you work more globally and remotely, protecting your data is more important than ever before, not to mention cyber attacks that continue to rise and become more sophisticated. This is why, on top of your own security measures, everything we build is done through a secure by design practice, where every feature we develop is protected by rigorous security measures. Our security team, Calder 7, continuously monitors the development of new threats to stay ahead of malicious actors. In fact, we've ingested over 300 cyber intel feeds and 558 billion logs with 100,000 signatures so far this year. And I've read them all personally. Just kidding. This just goes to show you how challenging it is for organizations to maintain a strong security posture when there's so much data to review. And we're constantly innovating. Recently, we were selected as the winner of the Cybersecurity Breakthrough Threat Intelligence Innovation Award for Threat Intel Feed that tracks nearly 30,000 indicators of compromise. It helps you gain better awareness of security threats that exist and what you should do to protect yourselves. We believe that security is a team sport, and you've got a role to play too. Relativity One's Security Center empowers you with the ability to monitor potentially concerning activity, see where your users are accessing your data from, and take proactive action, all from a single place. In today's competitive market, security is central to a winning strategy. Law & Order, an e-discovery firm headquartered in Sydney, is leaning on their security posture to help them win more corporate business. To tell us more, I'm going to turn it over to Relativity's Amanda Fennell and Stuart Mort.
Stuart, it is so nice to see you, virtually of course, but let's get straight into this. I'd love for you to tell me about your journey at Law & Order and how that aligns with the company's focus on capturing more of the corporate market.
You know, my experience in the corporate world shows that critical functions like e-discovery and forensics are difficult to justify. The resources need to be trained and skills need to be kept sharp through regular use. But the actual call to duty is quite rare. What RelOne enables us to bring is the best of both worlds. We're reducing the spend and skill retention of our clients while having cutting-edge technology and Law & Order subject matter experts ready to deploy. So it means the capability is delivered as if it's in-house, but without that in-house overhead of cost and resource maintenance.
Well, security, you know, it's the first thing that happens whenever you start to give somebody your data. How are you securing it? How can we trust you? Trust and transparency. It's got to be a high priority for you. What are you looking out for?
So if I can demonstrate sound security practices, I can gain the trust and confidence of our clients. A secure cloud-based solution is the easiest way for me to do this. It removes infrastructure, platform, network security layers, not to mention the plethora of security certs I need to maintain. Cloud-based tools make my risk assessments easier, ensuring that scopes can be tightly defined. And that means that much of my own infrastructure is pushed out of scope because the client data is really in the touch points of the cloud and not within my own infrastructure.
Yeah, everything you listed off, it just hits home. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, my absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Amanda and Stuart. In addition to a strong security posture, we know that collaboration is key to success in this distributed world. Corporations, outside counsel, and service providers frequently need to work together to overcome challenges. Connect enables you to use a single identity to access all of your Relativity One workspaces and instances. By enabling collaboration across your organizations, your teams can work more efficiently with their trusted law firms and partners. One of the many customers that's taken advantage of Connect is ProSearch. They've streamlined the experience of their staff and customers with the power of a single secure identity. We know that accurate insight into your costs is essential for growing your e-discovery practice. With the Management Console, you'll see your most critical and usage information at a glance, including easy ways to filter and break down that usage with just a few clicks. You can drill into overall trends and into several dimensions at the instance, client, matter, or workspace level. We've heard your feedback that insight into user licenses is extremely valuable, so you can identify patterns like inactivity and have visibility into things like enrollment in Connect or Relativity's Justice for Change program. We aim to empower you to track and manage ROI in the way that best fits your business. At its most fundamental, this comes down to having accurate and reliable cost and billing data with modern industry standard access. We will make these insights accessible to you via the power of flexible APIs coming next year. All the enhancements I've covered so far would be impossible without the power of the cloud. To serve you better in the years ahead, we are improving our cloud architecture itself to ensure that we can harness and accelerate our pace of innovation and deliver higher quality and faster performance across all of Relativity One. This manifests itself in several areas. First is better performance. We've dramatically reduced dock-to-dock speeds to 180 milliseconds and jump-in speeds to 240 milliseconds. Coding documents is now virtually instantaneous, measured by median speeds for save and next in the viewer, which are down to a sub-second. This is the fastest we've ever recorded, twice as fast as it was earlier this year. Second is our speed of innovation. We're leveraging automated cloud deployments to deliver software changes more frequently and iteratively with better quality and increased security, and with the goal of bringing your maintenance windows down to 0 in the years ahead. In fact, over the past year, our quarterly releases were assisted behind the scenes by over 100,000 automated deployments, 50% of which required no downtime to release. And since Fest last year, we have shipped hundreds of customer-requested features and enhancements, including many that you'll hear during the rest of the keynote. With that, I'm going to hand it back over to Chris.
Thank you, Desiree. So let's dig right into some of those most impactful innovations that all share a common theme of continuing to make good on a promise that I made at this event 2 years ago. If you recall, in Fest 2019, I introduced the idea of time to value as an enduring area of focus for our product as we continue to move towards a simply powerful experience. At the time, we canvassed every critical workflow across Relativity One and cataloged the baseline times and efforts, often represented in pages, mouse clicks, and linear mouse feet, it took to successfully complete each of them. This included workflows like performing collections directly from cloud sources, setting up indexes for review, handling processing document exceptions, performing redactions, producing documents, and so much more. Since then, we've made a ton of progress, including the launch of our Arrow UI last year. Many workflows have seen dramatic reductions in steps, while others have been automated entirely. While there is still plenty more to do, I want to show you 6 capabilities in 2021 that have great impact, starting with Migrate. With Migrate, we embarked on a mission to transform the way you move data from Relativity Server to Relativity One. As more and more of you want to take advantage of the cloud, we knew we needed a solution that would help you easily archive, transfer, and restore your data quickly, reliably, and securely. And I'm happy to report that since launch, Migrate has transformed what was once a fairly complex, multi-step, multi-system process with multiple workflows into just one easy workflow and 3 intuitive steps and 6 clicks. Now, since June, you have been selecting, previewing, and migrating your data at lightning speed. 37 of our customers have already migrated 600 workspaces and 50 terabytes of data, saving days and days of effort and speeding up the overall time to migrate substantially. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some of your peers who are having a great experience.
Migrate is actually awesome. I joke because I say that it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it truly is.
And so we're moving a lot of data from on-premise environments into the cloud, and that traditionally has been a very hands-on, sort of error-prone step in the workflow. Migrate has been a great way to automate and streamline that stage.
If there's a 3-day weekend or a holiday that you could just kick off a bunch of these migrates and just come back on a Monday morning and make sure everything looks okay and push it out to the team. You don't have to look at the progress bar all weekend and hope it goes through.
Without spending all that time migrating data, we're actually able to focus on servicing our clients and taking on all these new engagements.
Quite frankly, I think that I saved a couple of months worth of work with this because I was able to do other work while we were migrating the cases.
So that's time we can spend doing things like building applications in Relativity One.
When I'm not spending my time clicking buttons and migrating workspaces, I'm enjoying the sunshine and going for bike rides.
The fact that somebody spent the time to create this and to create it so that it would be easier for the end user, I think it is amazing.
Wow, in addition to making it easier to get your data into Relativity One, we also want to make it easier for you to get your investigations and matters up and running fast with full search and analytic capability, increasing your speed to review. To do so, we launched Automated Workflows, which enables your teams to automate critical manual tasks for more efficiency and accuracy when uploading documents, indexing search analytics and AI models for deeper meaning, running image sets, managing review, and more. And you are already taking great advantage. In fact, Relativity One Automated Workflows has helped customers reach new levels of productivity by already automating over 160,000 unique critical administrative operations that were previously done manually, saving 33,000 minutes so far and climbing rapidly. In total, that's helping the 2/3 of customers who have adopted automated workflows to save over 3 months of work compared to teams not yet leveraging automated workflows in Relativity One. Now, these time savings mean you can dedicate more time and focus to value-add activities for your clients and growing your business. And maybe more important, you can finally get some of your nights and weekends back. Our friends at Littler say it better than I could. And we are starting to build great momentum. As you can see in this example, we have recently released the ability to schedule night or weekend runs of common tasks, so you don't need to hit pause on family time to keep critical work moving forward. And soon, you'll be able to automate OCR, conceptual analytics, clustering, and more in Relativity One. Now, another way we're improving time to value in Relativity One is by making sure you can seamlessly conduct targeted collections. That's why we acquired VerQ, a data management software company that helps organizations migrate and capture communication data for retention and compliance purposes. With the team on board, we've already begun to accelerate our ability to collect from a rich array of cloud data sources. Two incredibly important sources are Microsoft Teams and Google Workspace, and I'm excited to share that both are now generally available in Relativity One Collect worldwide. With Teams, you can collect one-on-one chats, group chats, and public channels. And we've included support for collecting linked files, the modern attachment residing in OneDrive and SharePoint. Our first release for Google Workspace includes collections from Gmail, Chat, Drive, and group mailboxes. And with both Teams and Google Chat, we automatically convert to our Relativity short message format, so your short messages are immediately ready for a great review experience. This is great for our corporate customers running Google Workspace, like Broadcom. I'm going to turn it over to them.
Been using Relativity One since 2017, and we're really excited for Collect's integration with our Google Workspaces. To have that seamless cloud-to-cloud experience is really what we strive for.
Janet and I are a small but mighty team of two. Collect's ability to integrate with Google Workspace has saved us 6 to 8 hours this week alone. We expect to save 20 to 40 hours per month. And this is all due to what we call the NonStop Flight. Going from cloud to cloud means we don't have to stop and perform all the manual tasks we used to do, such as downloading and copying and uploading.
So just to expand on that direct flight, we're really excited about to create targeted collections and being able to save time. So I have more time to have advanced skills and searches and being able to really do what I like to do, which is just create solutions.
We're very excited to keep using Relativity One and seeing where it even goes from here. Our partnership has been incredibly rewarding, and we can't wait to see what comes next.
I'm really excited about the future of Collect and Relativity One. We will continue to expand support for more virtual meeting content apps like Zoom, Cisco WebEx, and Google Meet, more cloud storage solutions like Box and SharePoint, and messaging solutions popular in financial services like Bloomberg, and finally, archives like Proofpoint. Now, we also know that processing large and complex data sets comes with its own challenges. Administrators, lit support specialists, and processing aficionados in the audience have told us that managing document errors, like those thrown by corrupt files, is some of the most time-consuming work that you can do. So we're happy to share 3 big improvements we've made in exception handling in Relativity One to simplify the process and speed time to value. First, we enhanced every processing error message with specific information and recommendations for the user on how to resolve them. Next, we improved the algorithm behind processing error resolution. Instead of retrying every possible error each run, the system now smartly only retries errors when it has determined a high confidence that the error will resolve without user intervention. And finally, we integrated the entire workflow so that discovered files live alongside any exception generated. With these updates, it's never been easier to collect and process today's formats, manage exceptions, and remove the noise from your collected data. And customers like FTI rely on processing for some of their largest matters that demand tight turnaround times. Now, in the world of e-discovery and compliance, data privacy is of paramount importance. And when faced with mounting requests for productions under deadline, speed and quality is as well. That's why we were thrilled to launch Redact, available only in Relativity One earlier this year. Redact provides you with the strongest solution for automated native and image redactions. It seamlessly cuts time and cost out of reviews, reduces risk associated with human error, all while helping you protect PII and comply with evolving global privacy laws. And soon, we'll make the experience even easier by enabling mass accept and reject actions with Redact viewer cards. Now, we've already seen incredible momentum with Redact. Since launch, you have completed over 1,500 projects with almost 2 million documents processed and 51.7 million individual markups drawn. Now it's clear, enterprise communications will continue to shift and scale rapidly from traditional channels like email towards chat and collaboration platforms. That's why Relativity is committed to investing in technologies like Relativity Short Message Format to help organizations accelerate their ability to collect, analyze, monitor, review, and produce these types of unstructured data seamlessly and securely. Our customers recognize the need and the benefit of leveraging this common format. Let's hear from Martha Laux at McDermott.
So the biggest challenge that I see with short message data is that there's so many different sources with it. And because of that, we're getting data in different formats. And as an industry, we have not coalesced around a limited set of formats that contain all of the information. So we're struggling with, how do I format this data? Am I properly extracting all of the content? And because we've got so many different types of data and different formats, what's ending up in review is very different from case to case to case, provider to provider. It really seems to be kind of the Wild West out there. So because of this, we need more innovation in this space like RSMF. Yeah, we've used Relativity Short Message Format on a number of cases now. First thing is that it is very user-friendly. Our reviewers are much more equipped to understand what's going on and get the context of a conversation as opposed to just looking at individual text messages as each line in the database. Because it's a processable file format, we're actually extracting all of the content. We're grabbing the metadata from attachments and making sure things are OCR'd so we know that we can trust the search results. And those have been some really important aspects of using RSMF in our reviews.
Did you know that in Relativity One, customers are producing hundreds of millions of documents per year? But up until now, if any of those productions included short messages, all non-relevant portions of the short message document needed to be redacted, which took tremendous time and effort. I'm happy to announce that with our new short message slicing capability, the experience of creating productions with chat and conversational data will be dramatically improved. You'll be able to drill into the events, participants' timeframes, or individual messages that are most relevant, and then select only a subset of those messages for production. Once you have made your selections, we will provide summary information that makes it easy to reference date ranges, number of participants, number of messages, and other helpful information. On top of this, the new RSMF will always be linked to the original to enable traceability and defensibility. And you can see across all of these, innovations, we will continue to focus on speeding your time to value and ensuring you stay ahead of the changing shape of data. And now onto the main event, AI. AI is vital to manifesting our mission to organize data, discover the truth, and act on it. As volumes and complexity of unstructured data continue to increase, and you're facing demands to do more with less, we're making thoughtful, strategic investments in how we utilize AI across Relativity to help amplify your efforts, put actionable insights at your fingertips, and enable teams to tackle modern legal compliance challenges, helping reduce risk, time, and costs along the way. Now, I want to give you some insights into 3 key areas of investment for us in this space. First, we are establishing an AI cloud services and big data layer to power the creation and optimization of thousands of machine learning models supported with built-in feedback loops and continuous deployment tools. We are adding and applying world-class AI talent to the unique challenges in our industry, whether that's through growing our teams internally or through making strategic acquisitions like TextIQ. And finally, we are laser focused on the intersection of AI and UI, our user experience, and how we can unlock insights that empower your teams across their most important workflows, whether that is in an investigation, compliance monitoring, responding to a data breach, or tackling a big review. I feel incredibly lucky to have such a talented and diverse group of AI thinkers working across Relativity and around the globe, including our new friends from TextIQ, a top 100 AI company that we acquired in June. The TextIQ team has already delivered incredible benefits to their customers and will help us massively accelerate our path to becoming an AI-fueled, unstructured data management company. They're leveraging some of the latest in unsupervised machine learning, social network analysis, natural language processing, and more to help customers mitigate risk in enterprise data. Bringing their teams and solutions into Relativity means we'll enable users to tackle new legal and compliance challenges, including lowering the risk and cost of privilege review, speeding up and increasing the accuracy of data breach response, and quickly identifying personally identifiable information often associated with GDPR and DSAR requests. Now, to tell you a little bit more about TextIQ, I'd like to invite co-founder and CEO Apoorv Agarwal to join me on stage. Hello, Apoorv.
Hi, Chris.
How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So can you tell the audience a little bit about how you founded TextIQ and some of the solutions you're working on?
Definitely. So I met my co-founder 10 years ago in grad school. He was getting his JD MBA, and I was getting my PhD in computer science, specializing in natural language processing and machine learning. After several years of research, we were able to build machines that could go through unstructured data, something as unstructured as a 19th century British novel, like Jane Austen's Emma. The machine could read the novel, extract the characters from the story, that's easy, but based on the kind of language characters used, the social network of characters, it could infer the roles of characters in the story, along with the relationships with other characters. We then applied the same technology to find fraud, code words, and other types of sensitive information in corporate unstructured data. In 2014, we got a grant from the government to commercialize our research. The technology we've built goes far beyond the four corners of a document. It builds what we call a social-linguistic hypergraph and surfaces sensitive needles in the haystack that are hard to find using traditional supervised learning methods such as STAR.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things we were most excited about was the team that you had built at TextIQ. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, definitely. We're really proud of the team that we've built. We're about 75 people, 60% in R&D and product. Several have masters and PhDs in mathematics and machine learning. We have been able to establish a brand that allows us to compete for machine learning talent with the likes of Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Facebook. That's all good, but most importantly, everyone's super humble and collaborative. It's an extremely diverse team with representation from over 30 different countries. Without a doubt, building such a great team has been one of the most satisfying parts of my job.
That's awesome. And as you just saw in the video, we asked a number of folks about some key technical challenges they're working on across the AI landscape. What's something that you're focused on specifically, Apoorv?
Definitely. There's just so many unstructured data problems that need to be solved. We thought finding personal information in spreadsheets would be easy. It's taken us a year with top researchers to come up with a world-class solution. Spreadsheets can have tables with no header rows. So the context that's needed to find personal information is not even in the file. With that missing context, how does a machine tell whether dates in the spreadsheet are delivery dates or dates of birth? Furthermore, a spreadsheet can have multiple tables, many times stacked on top of each other in interesting ways. That makes it challenging to associate personal information with the person whose information it is. And spreadsheets are not even fully unstructured. Finding personal information in other types of documents, such as Word, PDF, PowerPoints, has its own unique set of challenges. I get energized by building elegant solutions for problems that are largely unsolved, and there's no dearth of such problems in the world of unstructured data.
Wow. Thanks, Apoorv. On Wednesday, Apoorv and his co-founder, Omar Haroon, are leading a general session that will provide a deeper dive into how you can tackle new problems with their solutions. Don't miss it. Apoorv, thanks very much.
Thanks, Chris.
OK, so we've covered some of the key AI technology investments behind the scenes, as well as the addition of an amazing new team. But how will your day-to-day experience conducting an investigation, review for production, or privilege review benefit as this all comes together? To answer these questions and more, I'm excited to bring up our product and UX leaders in AI, Elise Tropiano and Miguel Martinez, to walk you through a set of detailed product vignettes that illustrate how we are investing in AI to empower your user experience in the months and years ahead. Elise, over to you.
Thank you, Chris. Good morning, everyone. Miguel and I are excited to take you on a journey of the future of AI, a vision that you, our community, has largely shaped. And so we're going to make a number of stops which reflect key areas of focus in the years to come. First off, an AI-powered project. We want to empower you to use AI and ML on every case, but we recognize the costs in getting started. We want to tackle this. With our new AI-powered projects, we will prescribe and templatize AI and all of that set up for specific use cases, resulting in a new user experience where you jump into a project and mine for relevance in a matter of minutes, all powered by the automated workflows we've been doing this year. And so if you're new, use our review for production projects to benefit from our AI with no training. And for our Relativity Power users, use these projects to administer your own reusable models, which will only improve each time they're used. OK, so let's say you're doing an investigation. You need to understand who did what when quickly. And one of the first things you do is search, which brings me to my next stop. Our future vision of search will produce more comprehensive results in less time in two ways. First, entity-based searching. You're commonly searching for people, dates, locations, and yet currently you have to be aware of all the variations of those things, which is impossible. Going forward, searching for a person, just enter a name and get the results back. A simplicity owing to the massive investments we're making in entity extraction and natural language processing. Second, as you're searching, we're going to surface new connections to other entities and concepts that you should pay attention to. So whether it be in identifying a new custodian or clandestine code words, our new search will prevent information loss. All right, so great. You're now ready to dig in, and currently you have to wade through tons of data to stumble upon critical facts, which brings me to my third stop, insights. We're going to proactively surface insights which frequently open up new investigative pathways. From this area, we'll direct you to unusual communications based on time, people, or department involved, and emotion. And in the long term, we're going to go beyond communications by serving up other anomalous behaviors, downloads, sign-ins, as we embrace new data types. Now we know serving up these insights is not enough. Miguel, tell us more.
Thanks, Elise. We know that AI isn't a silver bullet. It's certainly no substitute for the HI. That's the human intelligence that goes into a rigorous investigation. That's why we're not through with looking for more ways to leverage AI to empower you to find what you're looking for. So, for another stop in our journey, we're going to look at some powerful new visualization interactions. First, we're layering insights directly over visualizations. You'll get more context right where it matters. We're also adding new lenses to overlay, such as entities, so you can see breakdowns of which communications, people, and other entities are mentioned in. Combined with a new feature to bring visualizations into focus, drilling and navigating them will be a richer experience. Another one of our lenses is sentiment. For communication analysis, you'll now get a much better sense of people's relationships, how they behave, and the terms that come up in their conversations. The new focused view suits our cluster dial well. With the added room, you'll be able to view more levels than before and drill into much more specific pockets of documents. And in terms of speed to action, we're making it easier to act on your results so you can do things like annotate, edit, or save items for later from within any part of any visualization. And as you find those important documents, our next step is to bring these AI capabilities into the document viewer. You'll be able to layer additional insights, such as positive and negative sentiment, over a document. And to bring things full circle, you'll be able to pull up versions of our dashboard visualizations homed in on the specific people in this communication. So you're searching, reviewing insights, and sipping through visualizations, finding all kinds of hot documents. Now what? Our next stop in this AI journey is the case journal, a new capability that brings case strategy to the forefront of investigations. The journal can be conveniently pulled in from the side of the screen so you don't lose focus on your investigation. With the journal, you'll be able to save and tag important people and organizations, save terms, as well as add events. You'll also be able to download your journal so you can share your progress with others. What's cool about the journal is we'll be integrating our AI and ML capabilities into it. So, as you're finding important insights, our AI will be there to assist with suggestions. But that isn't even the best part. You'll be able to take your journal with you anywhere in Relativity by pulling it up on screen and from any screen. Now, investigations aside, another big focus for our AI vision is going to be review for production. We know in practice our community conducts all types of complex matters, multiple reviews, multiple streams, and ultimately multiple features in Relativity, active learning, batches, and all manner of safe searches. Our next big stop in our AI journey is to consolidate all of these different work streams into one place so you can manage and report on them more effectively. We're calling this the Centralized Review. There's a lot to take in on this screen, so let's walk through it together. First, Centralized Review is organized by different dashboards for each phase of your project. These are the building blocks of the AI projects Elise talked about, but are also customizable to fit your case needs. Each of those dashboards contains a breakdown of that phase's progress, and this one we're looking at is the overview that aggregates all of them so you have a complete picture. How many documents have been reviewed in total, and how many are left? And in most cases, we'll use AI to try to predict which ones might not even need review. The best part is we'll track this data over time and leverage predictive AI to offer estimates of when we think your different work streams and project as a whole will be finished. And finally, overviews for other aspects of your project, such as reviewer metrics, model performance, and ultimately your project's ROI, which will all be later stops in this journey. But for now, our next stop is the engine that's powering these reviews. If you're not already familiar with active learning, it's a powerful machine learning approach to prioritize documents for your reviewers automatically and dynamically. This process is called queuing. Active learning does away with the administrative overhead of setting up batches. And as your reviewers code documents, the algorithm will better understand what's driving coding decisions and will improve its prioritization. For our AI vision, we're leaning heavily into these AI-powered queues to drive most forms of review, whether you're a new user leveraging an out-of-the-box, tried-and-true AI model, or a seasoned power user looking to save and customize your own models. But queues don't always have to be AI prioritized. You'll still be able to create them based on any kind of criteria, like setting up queues based on people, document types, or to do a second or third pass based on coding decisions. Queues are so versatile and powerful that they'll be the underlying framework we'll use to integrate with our new friends over at TextIQ, in particular with the PrivIQ product, which you'll have the option to incorporate into your privilege reviews. For our next stop, we know that the intersection between humans and machines is critical, and a big component of this is trust. Machine learning and AI models can be very opaque. It's hard to trust something that you can't see or understand. So, a big focus of ours will be to bring some transparency to this black box. We covered sentiment and entity detection in the viewer, but reviewers might be wondering why a certain document got served to them to begin with. These insights into the AI can help them make faster and more informed decisions. Back to our PrivIQ example, we'll be able to see these insights in the form of highlights overlaid directly onto the document. Each of the highlights can be explored further to understand why they're driving this document up the relevance rank. These insights can be used to navigate documents as well. So for much longer documents like RSMFs or transcripts, these highlights can let you cut straight to the chase. I'll turn it back over to Elise to talk about how this transparency carries over to the rest of the project.
Thanks, Miguel. Now, transparency is not only important when reviewing individual documents. You need transparency across the entire review to confirm that reviewers and AI are working in harmony for an overall productive review. And so we're going to provide this transparency through our next stop, reviewer metrics. In this new reviewer metrics area, you will see individual reviewer progress, speed, and whether reviewers agree with each other and with the AI. Notice an area of disagreement? Discuss those documents with your legal team to get ahead of diverging understandings. Or instead, you notice a reviewer is moving slowly. Maybe it's for good reason. Send those documents to another senior reviewer using, of course, our queues. OK, so now how do these reviewer metrics, transparency come together to answer that key question, when will this review be done? We know some of you are sending screenshots of Relativity to your stakeholders every day. This brings me to our next stop, review progress. Within review progress, you'll answer that question with new ease. See the review remaining and the trade-offs between increased costs versus quality. Notice the costs of achieving that target recall are too high. Use this chart to negotiate with opposing counsel. Or you want to optimize your reviewers? See whether you can free up reviewers while meeting your deadline. Now, this production request is ready to wrap up, and normally all of your learnings would be discarded once that production goes out the door. So we're going to change this. Going forward, when you end a project, you'll be able to save and reuse both the AI and human intelligence, so you can forecast the ROI, the costs, and locate those key facts faster for that next matter. In the end, you're truly developing a hub of intelligence, AI and human-centered, that strengthens your knowledge of your work, your clients, to ultimately differentiate your business and win.
Wow. Thank you, Elise. Fantastic. Thank you, Miguel. Really appreciate it. As you guys can see, we have an exciting and ambitious vision coming together, when it has already benefited a ton from your feedback. We look forward to your continued partnership throughout the journey as we develop this experience with and for you in the months and years ahead. And that's a wrap. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with us. Remember, we have 3 general product sessions and over 60 other great sessions for you to plug into throughout the 3-day conference. Hope to see you during the show. Let's do this. Mouse clicks.
It isn't hard to do.
Automated workflows.
Speeds of time
To review.